That should do it, right?
Yeah, that was a fun battle we had.
So, where's this key we're looking for? Did it get dropped somewhere?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're looking for a key. Did any of them drop a key? I didn't notice.
I don't see anything of the sort so far.
Hold up! I've got a reading!
Is it the key? Oh,
This is what was shining?
it's a plaster, or what you guys call them in America, which is a brand name, which is Band-Aid.
These aren't keys, though.
It could be like mental keys?
Yep, no mistaking it. Those are bandages.
Yeah, we call them plasters.
Really? Sorry, but could I see those for a moment?
What the?
It's shining! It's so bright, my eyes, they burn! You've been sucked inside? Or is it a memory? Take you down.
Who could that be this late in the evening? Come in.
Ah, there you are. I heard I'd find you here.
I mean, it's pretty obvious who it is, isn't it? There we go.
Huh? You look fine, more or less.
Hmm? I'm sorry, but I don't believe we've met. Perhaps you're mistaking me for someone else.
No, you're definitely who I've been looking for. Toshiro Kasukabe, Mr. Class President.
Well, I suppose you're not mistaken then. What did you need to discuss with me?
Relax. No need to be so formal with me. It's not like I have to have a reason to be here. This is the student council room, and I am a student.
You have an upperclassman uniform, but I haven't seen you here before. Are you a new transfer?
All business, aren't you? You got me, though.
One thing I am finding interesting, though, is Toshiro, in his student days, isn't wearing a glove.
I already knew this school was fancy, but they push the decorum here pretty hard, don't they? I'll pick it up eventually, and if not, then no biggie. I got curious about you, so I started asking around. Pretty impressive rep you've got there. A ton of talent, a connected family, stellar grades, your whole future set up. You even got elected student council president as a first year. Nobody done that here before you.
Why are you describing me to myself? Is this some kind of awkward ribbing? If you don't have any council business, please see yourself out. I'm quite busy here.
Oh, sorry if I upset you. I'm just interested in you, I swear. I mean, getting beat up by a whole gang of delinquents? They don't even do that in manga anymore.
So you saw that?
I even thought for a second that I'd find you here all covered in bandages.
What a bizarre way of thinking.
Still, you jumped into that mess by yourself, all to help that other student getting mugged, didn't you? You're not just a president. You're a student council superhero. You know, I actually like the sound of that.
I wasn't doing anything so noble. I merely happened on the scene. Once I knew what was going on, I had no choice but to get involved. I also only became student council president because it'll look good on my college application. Besides, my father told me I need experience as a public figure to ensure I can take up the family's work.
Oh, you can hear the tone shift in his voice there.
But never mind all that, I'm digressing. What I mean to say is I've learned a valuable lesson about poking my nose into other people's business.
Huh. Still, you ended up rescuing the kid, right?
Well, those miscreants seemed too tired to go back to bullying him once they had their fill assaulting me. Don't you have somewhere to be? It's well past time for students to still...
Oh, right. I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Eri Natsuhara. Nice to meet ya. Kasukabe-kun, I've got a hunch about you. This is where you usually hang out after school, right? I'll drop by and bug you again later.
Huh?
See ya!
Ugh.
Oh, my bad. I meant to give you this earlier. Here. See ya!
What are...
So I am wondering what happens to her, because the feeling I'm getting is Arena is obviously going to be a representation of whatever happened to her.
Some bandages? What is with that girl?
Hey! Was that?
Yeah. I bet we saw the same thing. I still can't wrap my head around it, though.
You can't? Okay. I thought it was fairly easy to wrap my head around, but okay. It's not difficult, Morgana.
That was so full of twists, I don't even know where to start.
That was Toshiro in the uniform, yeah? The student council president?
Who is that girl, though? That's the one we want, really, because we know it's Arena, so...
Yeah, I was wondering about that, too. Going by appearance, she and Arena were...
Or it's who Arena is based on. Again, it's like, what happens to her?
You've got a lot to hammer out. We should take these on one by one. Good point. Now that we have what seems to be the key in this place, we can get out of here. Yep, we'll have plenty to talk about on the other side of the door.
Wibbly wobbly, take your time.
So about what we saw together. That wasn't a figment of our imaginations.
You mean we witnessed something that actually took place?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Although, I'd forgotten the event entirely until now. The girl who showed up was Eri Natsuhara. She was one of my senpai on the student council.
I mean, yeah, the first 5 letters there. Arena.
But out of all my life, why that memory?
It's like what happened afterwards.
Yeah, we could use a bit more context.
From what I noticed, it seemed to be the first meeting between the two of them.
Toshiro, have you remembered anything else yet?
Well, that was when I first met Natsuhara-senpai. She joined the council shortly after, and...
She had you totally whipped?
That's an awful way to put it, but it's unfortunately not far from the truth either. Regardless, she was also the kind of person who couldn't stand mistreatment or injustice. Whenever she caught wind of problems with the school or students in trouble, she'd run to me with a report. Every time she would try to convince me with a, "Toshiro, let's fight the good fight." I initially agreed to help so I could keep tabs on her. She was such a reckless student council member. Before I knew it, she had us running all over the school together.
That face. But, yeah, very like Arena. Or is Arena very like her, you know?
We tackled all sorts of issues at that school. Bullying, unfair school rules. Heck, by the end, we were even giving career and relationship advice.
Uh-huh.
At some point, the student council room became more of a counseling room for the average student. The students were always grateful whenever we were able to help them. I found that especially gratifying, since I was fed up with my father's alternative expectations for me. Looking back at the time, I think we did a lot of good together. And then...
Yeah, the and then's the important bit. What happens to her? Because this is clearly going to explain Arena.
That's all I'm able to remember. But why? I can't. It's like something's fogging my memory.
Hey, don't push it too hard.
We're going to need the other keys. We need the answers here, don't we?
We all shared that vision when you touched the bandage. That's what restored your memory. There are supposed to be 4 keys, right? maybe we can learn more from finding the others.
True. And there are still a few more things I want to get to the bottom of. Especially about Natsuhara-senpai. And you as well, Arena.
There's a bit too much resemblance for it to be a coincidence, huh?
Totally. They even have the same chemistry together.
Think so? I mean, we may look similar, but I don't boss you around that much. Right, Toshiro?
I'm just looking at her design now, seeing like what aspects of her could in some way inform us as to what happened. Like, we haven't seen her right eye, have we? And she is wearing a fingerless glove on her left hand, but Toshiro has got a glove on his right hand.
Really? What do you expect me to say?
Also her left leg. She's got a covering over her left leg, some armor.
It's more like he's in the palm of your hand and you're crushing him.
Yeah, as flat as a pancake.
What? Is that really how you all see me?
I have to admit, though, there's one thing that's been stuck on my mind. It's been nagging me ever since we came to this world. When I saw the visions of Toshiro's memory, I felt something stirring in my own head. That girl. She's someone from your own world, right? Ever since I heard we're in a world made from Toshiro's heart, I've been thinking.
Maybe it is just not that simple. Maybe you are the shadow of this character. So it's not that you're not real, it's just you're an aspect of that character. Maybe that's what's going on there. Maybe it's a combination of two elements. We've got the whole kingdom thing with Toshiro, but we've got a more traditional idea with Arena being someone's shadow.
What am I, exactly?
Arena.
I have a few ideas I could share, but nothing for certain.
Or maybe it's more a case of, like, because shadows are, in a sense, personas. Maybe she is a persona, in a sense. A more aware persona, but a persona of her in the real life. Maybe this is how it's made manifest because of what's going on with Toshiro?
Ultimately, I have a feeling you're entirely different from any of the entities we're familiar with.
Very similar, though. That's the thing. Like, very similar to other entities. It's not, like, that much of a stretch as to what's going on here. When you put pieces together, it's like, yeah, very shadow-like, very persona-like. It's almost like it's somewhere in between.
I see.
And we'll know soon enough.
Right. No matter what I turn out to be, in the end, I'm still me.
Yeah, because again, even if it's a shadow or a persona or something in between, it's still an aspect of someone real. She is still real. With that kind of logic.
Nailed it! No matter what you are, you'll always be you. Just like Mona will always be a cat, yeah?
Check the transitive property, pal. And keep me out of your analogies.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Thanks, guys. Well, no use thinking about it now. How about we get back to it? We've still got 3 more things to find, right?
Yep, now that we've got the one, let's head back to the Rebel Club room next.
Yeah, especially since we can assume another fight's waiting for us behind the next door. Let's head back and find out where the next one is.
Nod. Take your time. I'm liking where this is going, though. Oh, it's quest time, is it? Oh, very well. Well, let's get the talking out of the way. Thanks. Instead of sorry. Take your time. Eri. I'm surprised I forgot someone as headstrong as she was. By the looks of it, you must have gone through a lot, eh? Oh yes, definitely. My memories are still a little fuzzy, but I'm almost certain of that. Yes, somehow I know that much.
Oh.
She seems the type to do things her own way, huh? Yes, that was just one of the many things I learned from her. There's one story in particular that I remember. It's not particularly exciting, but it did leave a big impression on me. Oh, here we go. It's gone. Where is it?
Hey.
There, Toshiro. Today I want to tackle what to do about students fighting over snacks in the school still. What's wrong? You look upset. I can't find the student council activity report we drafted, and the deadline to submit it to the school is today. Do you have any idea where it might have gone? You were the last one to handle it. I left it here right after I finished looking over it during the lunch break. But I locked the door, meaning nobody else has been in here since we left, so if that's the case... Wait a minute. You're not saying I was the one who lost it, are you? No, rats grabbed it.
Wait a minute.
Not cool, Toshiro. How could you just assume it was my fault? It's not that I'm blaming you. I just want you to try and remember what you did. Jeez. I know I'm not the most organized person, but now you're making me doubt myself. I've searched the entire room. Maybe it's inside your bag? If you could just check one more time. I left my bag in the classroom during lunch. There's no way I could have...
Hey!
Toshiro. Is it just my imagination, or do I see a folder sticking out of your bag? Huh? Oh, there it is. Oh dear, oh dear. Natsuhara-senpai, I'm sorry. Come on, no need to make that face. People tend to lose track of things that are important to them when they're going through tough times. No, it's not that. I accused you of losing it, even though it was ultimately my fault. I'm really sorry. I'm ashamed of myself for assigning blame without any evidence. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Alright, enough of that. Yeah, if you'd come at it from the approach of like, I just want to be sure of every possible like location it could be, and you checked your bag as well, then it would have been like, okay, it would make sense. You'd be like, right, I've checked everywhere in here, I've checked my bag, I've checked everywhere I can think of, can we just check your bag just to be sure? It's like, are you blaming me? It's like, no, I'm just eliminating all possibilities. I just need to know if it's possibly there for some reason. Could have fell in there, who knows? It's not about blame, it's about finding it. Then it'd be a different approach, you know. Alright, enough of that. No, I really am sorry. I'll make sure it never happens again.
Seriously?
I said enough already. You're banned from saying sorry for the rest of the day. But, listen, Toshiro. How about you try saying thank you instead of I'm sorry? I'd feel a lot happier being told thank you rather than sorry all the time. What? Look, I'll help you. Repeat after me. Senpai, thank you for helping me realize where the report was. In return, I'll help you do your physics homework. Yeah, that's fair. I like her approach. All the dots. Natsuhara Senpai, thank you. Hey, don't mention it. You're right. It does feel nicer this way. Glad we're seeing eye to eye. If I ever got into an apologizing frenzy, remind me of this too, alright? I promise I will.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then about doing my homework as thanks. Yes, about that. Please do your own homework, otherwise you won't learn anything. That's fair. That is fair. Don't worry. I'll still help you when you need it. Can even start now if you want.
Really?
Uptight as always, eh? I really like her. Well, that's it. She's a pretty good senpai, huh?
That's right.
Well, she certainly was a unique one. She was able to change my perspective and frame of mind so easily. Which is why Arena is here, then maybe? Again, we need to figure out what Arena is. Is she part of Toshiro's cognitive realm, or is she something of Eri's? Like, what aspect is she here? But she also taught me how to better communicate with others. All the dots. What's wrong, Rena? Everything okay? Oh, it's nothing.
What if...
Don't you think it's about time we start looking for those keys? It's not like we have a ton of time. You're right. Sorry for the long story. You apologized. No sweat. Share more stories about you and Natsuhara with us when you remember, yeah?
Understood.
I will. If and when I remember. Natsuhara-senpai. Thank you. I get a cold sweat and the sides of my ribs start hurting like crazy. As if I sprinted for 2 hours straight.
You gotta be
Yeesh, that sounds like some trauma. Yeah. Kind of worrying. Right, so let's end this part here then, because we got some...
Alright,
Well, no, we got
so now there's...
a quest to take care of in the next part. A balancing axe. So we'll see about that in the next part. Ta-ta for now.